An interview with John R. Locke, Jr., author of Now Have Such Laws Called Shall Issue Laws. These laws allow adults the right to carry concealed handguns by 2% and robberies by over 2%. Text 1. English games is one of the world's fastest growing sports. New courts are springing up in almost every corner of the four walls, but it must strike the front wall of the room before it touches the ground. The game is played on the covered court, so you don't have to rely on the weather. Moreover, you needn't be a great athlete to play the game. Text 2. An interview with John R. Locke, Jr., author of More Guns, Less Crime.
What does the title More Guns, Less Crime mean?
States with the largest increases in gun ownership also have the largest drops in violent crimes. 31 states now have such laws called shall issue laws. These laws allow adults the right to carry concealed citizens with permits and the crime rate. As more people obtain permits, there's a greater decline. The murder rate declines by 3%, rape by 2%, and robberies by over.
Third round of English language competition, which is aimed firstly to promote English language among the students, and then to recognize students who have fully mastered English language. So, first of all, I want to thank all the people for attending this event, and I would love to present our dear guest, Zharkevich Olga Mikhailovna, candidate of Technical Sciences, Associate Professor. Also, we have a team of our experts, our judges. Let me introduce our leader, the head of Foreign Language Department, Damira Dulatovna Jandasova. Senior lecturer, Lazarenko Irina Alexandrovna. And also Master of Pedagogical Sciences, Izotova Agirina Serikova. So these people will judge you and they will select the best students according to the judging criteria. They have the judging criteria. So dear participants, you go through such stages as text writing, consisted of the parts assessing your reading and speaking skills. The second stage included essay writing, and you know that we kept in a secret the title of our essay, and the title of our essay was only revealed in the day of the contest. Yes? This, so what I mean we have a fair contest, competition. So dear participants, at least we have the third round, the speaking competition. And our speeches, you are given about 7 minutes, and you will perform in front of the audience your presentation. Limit is 7 minutes, including the introduction speech. So I have a sample judging criteria sample paper. So it includes the list of participants. And also you will perform in the following order. Kandarbayev here, the first. The second word is given Arazbek. Nikolai, is he here? Nikolai? You're right. Darhan. The fifth is Aida. Akjol. Ansar. The eighth, Madina. And Amanjol, what's the name? I'm sorry. I get it. And first of all, I hope that this process will be not hard, but quite enjoyable process for all of us. So, thank you, all of you, for attending our event. So, let's start. Dear participants, you will give a presentation, you will perform in front of the audience, but you should leave this auditorium and we will call you one by one because we have an order. So, we will, I wish you success.
Good morning everyone, my name is Kular, and today I talk about advantage and disadvantage of distance learning programs. Before now, what is education? Education is through this process learn necessary skills for our future profession. And distance learning programs give some disadvantage for this. Everyone can realize his dream, and one of advantage of distance learning programs is available. Everyone can learn at home, at work, and on the road, and distance learning programs is flexibility. Learn everywhere in holiday and at the sea and the mountains if we have internet and computer. This is my face when I do not need to spend an hour on the road. And in YouTube channel or internet, we have some teachers, popular teachers, the Dmitry, who teach students at more language. And this is Pima Live channel, and Artem, who can teach everyone play on guitar. This is five advantage, I think, for distance learning progress. And next we talk about disadvantage. In internet, very more information about all, but sometimes it's very hard difficult to find necessary information. And we sometimes end with motivation because it's not teacher control for us. Under current circumstances, technical difficulties, if internet is not and no lack of communication. This is 5 disadvantage of distance learning programs. And if we look for future, we can use virtual reality program.
Firstly, hello. My term as computers are being used more and more in education. There will be no role for teachers in the classroom. Computers are being more and more important in our life. Nowadays we have high technologies. Whatever we do, wherever we go, we use technologies because it's natural. They make our life easier. So nowadays they replace some professions like cashier, conductor, and more developed countries. They can replace miners, farmers, and factory workers. And with the operating intelligence, they can change even taxi drivers and other professions. But my question is, can they replace teachers? So, artificial intelligence is evolving already, and some analysts say that they will be able in future to replace teachers in classroom. But before answering the question, let's look at role teachers in classroom. Please next slide. Okay, this is the role of teacher in classroom, but the main role is we know it is teaching students, it is giving them, and it is okay. Yeah, it is. But main role is of good teacher is stimulate students, motivate them, and inspire. So we'll be able pieces of iron replace living human in future. I don't think so, but there is some advantage computers over human. For example, can you next slide? Okay. Pieces of computer, they are cheaper. Firstly, they are absence of human factor. They are free schedule, and they are modern teaching methods. Firstly, they are cheaper. They don't need money. You just need to buy computer. Secondly, absence of human factor. It means they can't do mistakes, make mistakes, and they don't get angry like some teachers. Their patience is not limited, and they don't get tired. And I think it's the main factor. It is fresh schedule. You can listen lectures in every time, so it is very useful in our time. and modern teaching methods. Some teachers use old teaching methods, but nowadays we have more and more teaching methods from developing countries. For example, Japan, Germany, USA, they're using computers and even robots for teaching children. Okay, but is it enough for replace teacher? So there's more minuses of computer. Firstly, they can't discipline because they don't have authority like some teachers. Secondly, it doesn't have artistry and creativity. I think it's main factor because who will be listening unemotional pieces of metal? I don't know. And thirdly, limited database. They can answer all your questions because their database is limited. In course, doesn't have emotional intellect. I mean, teachers can't teach you social skills like communicate, but understand other people's emotion. I name it emotional intellect, but computer doesn't have it, and they can't teach it. And in last, they don't fit our education system. Our education system can't work without teachers, without really humans, because it has have many reasons. For example, we need to work with documents. But nowadays, so what can I say about my term? It is that computers really can't replace teachers, but they can help them. Computers and teachers have one goal, and they must do it together. And this role is teaching us. For example, nowadays, please, second, after this slide. Let's take an example from our lives. As you know, turn cycles were installed at the Polytechnic. Has the guard disappeared? No, it just made the job easier. But we still need guard. So, answer to question is, my answer is to question is, they can't replace teachers because teachers is too important for our education system. Maybe in future, maybe in one day, we will change our education system, but it will not soon. Okay, thank you.
That we have three main themes of our today's TED Talks. The innovation, distance learning, then classroom teachers, and innovation in our innovation development of our Kazakhstan.
Same as distance learning, I want to introduce what is distance learning with me. Distance learning is mainly the way of disseminating knowledge where the students and educators are separated by time and distance, or even both simultaneously. For instance, nowadays we got a myriad of ways to obtain higher education. Why? Because there has been created a dozen of open universities which allow you to obtain degree online. Furthermore, there is some classic universities which are allowed to get their courses for free. For instance, MIT OpenCourseWare allowed to obtain you their courses for free. Next. Now I want to talk about some advantages of distance learning. The first advantage is flexibility. What does it mean? It means firstly it means that you're flexible. Why? Because you have now some boundaries with your university. You are online and you are free to create your own schedule. You can be flexible with your own time. The main advantages of this is that you can create your own schedule, learn at your own pace, and learn some specific tasks which you want to focus on. Next. The second merit is there is no geographical boundaries. Since you can complete distant courses in anywhere in the world, you are not bound to geographical place. It brings some benefits. For instance, if you wanted to go overseas because of you take advantage of first pro when you create only your schedule and you can give your own time, for instance, a week to go overseas, and you are not bound by geographical boundaries. It won't affect on your final grade in your course. And the second advantage is that you are not bound by geographical boundaries, and you can change your schools, and it doesn't matter where your family go, and you can go with them, and basically you don't annoy with this procedure. Next. You can learn, and what does it mean? In classical universities, you're basically just, for instance, you 4th years or in first years undergraduate, and you basically just learn, and you cannot start to earn your money, to employ, to get a job, and what does it mean? It means that distance learning provides you the ability to go to work because you have your own schedule, you get free time to go and learn and earn. Basically, undergraduates are full-time professional employees, and they're not bothered with some schedule and time when they are enrolled in distance universities. Next. Now I want to dive into some application of aforesaid course. It's MIT Open Courseware and Khan Academy. First I want to talk about MIT Open Courseware. It's basically a site where you can learn some courses from astronautics to linguistics. It's of widespread of courses you can learn, and more in every courses comprise of syllabus, readings, assignments, exams, everything like in a real university. You basically get the same knowledge, but you study yourself at your own space. The second example is Khan Academy. Khan Academy is more pupils and first years undergraduates orientated site. What does it mean? It means that it provides more general explanation of current topics, and you can learn more. It provides one is there's no physical interactions. What does it mean? It means that in controversial education you have teachers which play role model and knowledge giver contemporaneously. And what does it mean? It's not just give knowledge, but also help students to learn some specific topics, and this physical interaction can enormously help to students or undergraduate to learn some more advanced stuff, and it basically means that without this interaction, students can overwhelm fastly or get bored. Next. The next is being overwhelmed. Distance learning is a self-paced course. What does it mean? It means that you create your own schedule and you pace it basically by yourselves. myself not bound you in some time. There's no time boundaries, and you're difficult to choose quality education programs because of internet now is developing faster. The schools also develop faster, and you need to invest in time to get truly qualified course. These learners don't help in developing skills and social interactions. If the course doesn't facilitate you to interact with some other people, so to get a job, that basically means you are not interacting with other people, so you don't know what's going on in real life. You cannot truly understand what the employer wants from you, and this is the main dismay. To compute, I want to compute that I'm not really sure that in near future there will be a time where these distance learners become alternative to classical learning. That's all.
Thank you so much.
My understanding is the prospects of modern Kazakhstan in the field of technology. So I want to start from the beginning. When the Kazakhs were living in youth in our in mid-century, I don't know. Okay, so then Russian imperials come, and there was a union between Kazakhs and the Russian Empire, and slowly, technology was improved. Railways built, what built? So infrastructure was slowly become bigger and big. It is better than just yours. Then Bolshevik party come and destroyed Russian imperium. They built communism. Communism was good because it from divided nations created one nation that had one similar aims and moved to them. Technology was on the height of top. Then was Second World War II. Second War. Many scientists done their work, and USSR after Second World War was the topest country of the world in the way of technology. Space discovered, Gagarin in space flight. Then technology was slowly went down. And in 91, everyone was collapsed. USSR was good on space on ships. I remember. So
1 minute.
that's good. Now our president placed aim to increase our infrastructure, and for this we must for example, I must study, and after my studying in this university, I'll go to some factory and do the best of mine to do good for our country. Yes.
Thanks. Thank you.
Aida, and I'm architecture student. I'm not very to win there, but to draw your attention to some accessibility issues in our country. So we as humans from the beginning of our life are connected with the environment, and in the city environment is architecture. And the head of it is governmental structure. We can analyze the accessibility of it in just two examples. This is our Acumen, and this is the Capitolium of Washington. They are both built in classical style, but our is simplified classic. So canonical classic requires very strong massive stairway, and our Acumen doesn't have it, but it has the main theme which is important to people with disability. These both buildings are built based on human proportions, and these pictures it is modular of Le Corbusier, and it pictures how the man in the environment can live. The next picture. So does it suit us all? Actually, not all of us. 85% grown up people are fit in these parameters, but 15% like people with disabilities, children under the age of 5 and aged people, they require special conditions in environment. And what do we really see? Next slide. This is what we really see, and that is awful, to be honest. Agree that you will not let your child play in this place. This is the railway station. This is our registration office, and this is the path under the railway lights. And that are things that we use every day in our everyday life, and this is awful. And how we can fight with that. Next slide. The students, last year, students in hackathon or makeathon, I don't really remember, invited special things to, what's this? Oh? Invited special things to help people with disabilities survive in our environment. This is the special ultrasound cane that gives signal to the person what is around him. And in other 2 minutes there was a special thing that helped people in wheelchair to go up the stairs, because you can't go up the stairs in wheelchair. And this was the video how the architecture can be used by deaf people, because it's also a massive problem for people with disabilities, because they don't hear the information, and most of information we get from the sound. So if you don't mind, you can watch it, but I don't know how to.
designed for those who don't hear. Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C. is a school for the deaf and hard of hearing, and they are redesigning entire buildings based on the sensory experience of those who don't hear.
We've only just begun to challenge ourselves to examine how we can design entire buildings, entire campuses, or even cities to be aligned with deaf space. Deaf people as a culture have been marginalized largely. We've been, as a marginalized community, developed our own culture and that defines what kind of space we call home, how we claim and occupy space. And so we've begun to ask ourselves these questions, and because of that, gotten a lot more creative, began to think bigger about how we can find different ways to align our ways of being to our environment. The classrooms are oriented in a semicircle or a U shape.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning. It's 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Abdul, and I am the student of safety engineering, 18 and on. Today's my theme is the actual trilingualism, innovation technologies, and future. So, what is the trilingualism? It's the using the three languages. We know it's Kazakh, Russian, and English, and using it all in science and economy and social themes and directions. Next slide, please. And so, what is the connect between the youth and trilingualism? I'm so sorry. Between the trilingualism and youth. Actually, we know that youth is our future. And we must do all for making our country better. And for this, our government starts the programs like Ruhani Janro, Мәңгілік Ел, and trilingualism. So, actually, Ruhani Janro has three directions. First is 100%. It's to create the smart people in science and economy. Second is 100 new books. It's translating the new books of science and materials. And next is turn to Latin. What is a turn to Latin? It's actually a turn, changing the writing system from Cyrillic. Right now we are using the Cyrillic, but we will turn it into the Latin. Next slide, please. So actually, our president said that 2018 year is the year of youth. And and for that, our government starts the programs all for youth, like to learning the language like this, and send the students for the abroad countries. Well, these programs are the Bolosha, is the Center for International Programs and Academic Mobility. It's the Ministry of Education and Science. Next slide, please. So, what is the main goal of trilingualism? It's the integration of the Republic into the world community, and as a result, the rise of the country's first science, second economy, and third the social component. Next slide, please. So, about the innovation technologies in trilingualism, our government, actually with the developers, starts the biggest projects called first the Benevolent. For Benevolent and IMEC is just not only learning the subjects like math, like chemistry, and we can be studying all the language like French or Dutch. So, and I'm just, yesterday was I forgot this word, was the, how I can say it, actually, survey. Yes,
survey, and between the university students, you can see there the photos. About the next slide is about the knowledge of languages and about the do we need the trilingualism. First, you can see the diagram with knowledge of languages. 64% knows two languages. 31% know only one language, and just only 31%, just only 24% knows only 3 languages. Next is, do we need the benefit of trilingualism? Here is the 55% absolutely needed, 25% I don't know, and only the 13% just said that we don't need it. Actually, it's very bad. It's my opinion. Next slide, please. So it's time to blitz. Next slide. Okay, you should now you can see next slide. Now you can see the proverbs in English. You must translate into the Russian and into the Kazakh. Please, first, knowledge in ear is wisdom in age. Please. You don't want to? No? So, first, knowledge in ear.
Знание в молодости – это мудрость.
Of course, yes. Next is.
Знание имеет
Горький корень,
And?
но сладкий решил.
Yes. And third?
Ну да,
Yes, yes. You're right. Language is a theater of which words are the actors.
Актерами, да.
Yes, thank you so much. Next slide. You can see the answers. In Kazakh here, just only online, it's just in Russian. Here's the Kazakh. Like, жастық шағында білім, тоқтағанда науық, талпыныссыз болу жоқ, and театр сөздер оның актерлері. And in the conclusion, I want to say that actually now our country is very young. How many? 28 years old, our country. But now we're doing the big steps into the future, into the innovation future. And I think in future I will be this specialist. I will try, and maybe I should make our country better. Next. Thank you so much.
Good morning, dear listeners. My name is Bogdan Mazar, and here's my presentation. Many people around the world use distance learning programs. Somebody counts it convenient, somebody has less opportunities to visit universities, making this way of education very profitable. Before the start, let's speak about definition of distance learning. Distance learning is that type of education where every student can gain knowledge from any place of the world using the internet. Respectively, distance learning carried out via the internet. In nowadays, it's subdivided into several species like digital classrooms, e-learning, massive internet courses, and webinars. I have mentioned the most popular ways of it. Becoming the new way of education, distance learning has its own advantages above primitive studying methods. The student of distance learning may boast following benefits like freedom, because he doesn't need to visit university every day. It's accessibility. Student can join the learning program from any place of the world using the devices. It's collaborations, because distance learning organized by 2 or more institutions, so it will increase students' mobility. Connection. Student can access the information and any employee of university asking his important questions. The stats shows us that students of distance learning were highly evaluated, and advantages of it deserve to be advantages. But unfortunately, advantages can exist without disadvantages. The next things I'll speak about are significant disadvantages of distance learning. There are less communication because only working in group is the best way to become a solid team. The students of distance learning don't have this opportunity. Less practice. Only practice helps us to remember material. It needs a very huge motivation to discipline. It's true. You always need somebody to control your performance. Permanent connection. Internet may disappear in every time, so your learning will stop without it. No expression. Every people needs to train his behavior. So, summing up facts, I made next decision. Every student has it. Every student can make a choice, and his choice depends on his personality. Here ends my presentation. Sincerely, I'm very glad for your attention.
Dear judges and the teachers, my project name is technology. The aim of the project compares the advantages and the disadvantages of technology. Nowadays, more and more people are using technology. What is technology? And I want to start with the history of technology. The history of technology is a history of invention of tools and techniques. It was first used It's a term came from the Greek words techni, which means art and craft, and it was first used to describe applied arts. And it starts with the beginning of life on Earth and goes until the founding of early modern technologies. Benefits of technology: new style of teaching. With the help of smart technologies, we are able to improve students. For example, when students in the lessons, we don't interested in the things which on papers. And the second benefits of ability to contact the users, large amounts of information, entertainment using traditional technologies. We can connect with a lot of people and libraries. Third is distance learning. At this time we have cases when we don't have enough time for going to study, and in some incidents when we have study abroad and in a political program or live in other country of our university. I think that solution of these issues relates to distance learning. Disadvantages of technology depend on technology. Second is negative impact on health. I think that we all know the negative effects of the technology on health. We know that technology emits harmful rays, and because of this, tumors appear. The influence of teenagers' modern technology. Currently, we have a lot of technology development programs for teenagers, and for example, robotics. This is a program that happens every year, and the program Bolashak, our country sends students to other countries to get skills, and I think nevertheless one of them may invent something. I have done a poll from youngsters, and which they answered for the questions: do you use modern technology, and how often do you use? We can see that our generation is dependent on technology. Future prospects of technology. I think that the use of the technology certainly needs new rules and laws. First, internet use is an individual freedom, something about atomic bomb and something else. Second, come up with cars that will drive without pollution in the air. Third, take energy from useless things. Thanks
And I want to start my speech with one activity. Please, all of you, close your eyes. Please, close your eyes. Right now, just relax and imagine. You are in the classroom like this, and there is no teacher. And now, I want to say about teachers and computers. What if I say that computers will replace teachers? Sounds bad, yes, I know, but now I want to prove this, that if teachers will be replaced by computers, it will be bad for all of us. Firstly, say no to love, if this will happen. Human can think, but computers can't. And there is biggest and the main difference between computers and humans. So, teachers, when teachers teach their students, they give to them their love, their emotions, and sometimes they give interesting experience from the past. But computers don't have any emotions, don't have any memories. That's why they give only the facts. Next. I want to give one example from my past experience. It will prove that others' experience helps to learn something better. Irregular verbs. You know all of these irregular verbs. I think it's hard to learn it, but I did it. When I have learned these irregular verbs, I just use one trick, which was given by my school teachers. It sounds like this. You use one irregular verbs in three form, plus a word rhymes with, and this phrase you must connect with other word which rhymes with these three words. I know this sounds like hard, but it isn't. I want to give some examples. For instance, begin, began, and began. Rhymes with, of course, fun. Meet, met, and met. Rhymes with pet. And one more. Drink, drunk, and drunk. Sorry, drunk. Rhymes with fun. So I have learned these irregular verbs when I was 14, and now I'm 19. I think not bad. So, and next. Secondly, what do you think? Why I have chosen this picture? Of course, it's obvious, because now 21st century of technology, century of smartphone, century of computers, and I think that almost all of the family look like this. They waste their time on the internet instead of using this time with their friends, with their family, and do some beneficial activities. And if computer will be replaced by teachers, or if teachers will be replaced by computers, I think there will be no communication at all. Next. So, in my humble opinion, I think that profession of teacher is priceless, and it will be in demand for a long time. And in the conclusion, I want to end with one quote. Architecture cannot renovate it. Developers cannot innovate it. Engineers cannot calculate it. Only you teachers can orchestrate it. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
немножко подождали, мы сейчас решим. И сертификат у нас где? Сразу надо продумать по номинациям. Сейчас сядем, почему.
Да, их надо хотя бы пошлить, потому что
У нас есть номинации, 3 номинации. Надо подумать. Да, в нем
что-то есть, да. В любом случае, мы
выучат это через год. Да, ну, кстати, у большинства мальчишек произношение очень, они, наоборот, страдают произношение, они говорят хорошо.
Я думаю, просто что-то с дикцией.
Нет, они почти у всех, я вам серьезно говорю, да. У них прям идет свой родной язык, сильный отпечаток на иностранный, прям очень сильный. Там акцент, там вот это вот, если это вычищать правильное произношение, еще будет идеально.
Так, а вот этот вот парень, который завелся там вот, Николай.
Николай был очень серьезный, но у него по всем показателям он как-то неплохо, а в то же время он мне не особо-то не понравился.
Ну, айтишнику что хотите?
У него эмоционально.
И технологии, и теоретически.
Очень сильно волновался.
Прям чувствовалось.
А есть среди них машиностроители. Просто там, это не для протокола.
В конце концов, мы здесь вдвоем.
У нас просто единственное материал, вы сейчас выделите, один из что она выступала.
Она с машиностроения?
Да, нет, архитектор.
Не, я говорю, кто машиностроители есть у нас?
Да, есть.
Ну, будьте любезны. Что-то в конце концов. Умеем же мы какие-то.
Ирина вам сказала, идет. Сейчас придет, будем как раз будет вручать им все.
Вот парень по единственному хороший английский, тренинг, общался с аудиторией.
Общалась с аудиторией, это тоже.
Ну вот он, правильно, вот это будущее. На это президент.
Значит так, я считаю, что вот этого мальчика мы ставим на первое
Да,
место.
да.
Почему я же не стала писать?
Волновались?
Ну, ради бога, молодец. Так, значит, первое место. Что дальше будем делать? Такая национальная, живая, и
Так, подождите, я тоже думала, что...
Вот это вот nomination точно. Теперь и мальчик вот здесь. Теперь номинация нам нужна. Вот человек пошел, нужно дать номинацию. Выдаем номинацию. Только за что? Вы же написать.
Здесь можно какое-нибудь творчество.
Можно креатив. Давайте фото креатив.
Нет, ну она действительно
Она креативно показала.
Да, здесь the best, creative presenter. Так, третью номинацию, кого выделим еще? У меня, кто у вас еще есть более-менее? Вот это все-таки мальчик, он не это, да, никак?
Да, согласна.
Вот у вас кто еще есть, который побольше есть? Это мы выделили, это мы выделили у тебя. Вот Култанова осталась.
Ну давайте
Култанова позвонила. Ну давайте
постепенно, спокойно.
Да, за что мы ему дадим? Тема на speaking skills сделали девочки. Макияж. А может
Медленно развивалась, что-то как-то.
Я, короче,
Я тоже пришел.
снимать меня, пожалуйста.
Today we had some essay competition, do you remember? I think. У нас был конкурс эссе в рамках воспитательного мероприятия, в рамках программы «Рухани Жанру». Естественно, вы тоже писали все на английском. Мы тоже хотели бы отметить, многие из вас победили, 3 призовых места и 4 номинации. Хорошо? Тоже вручим вам призы. Такие вы классные. Окей.
So the third place is presented to Kairat Arazbek. Technological machines and equipment, right? Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Что ж такое-то?
Как вы стоите, вот так вот. Тут бегать будет, я не буду успевать вас.
So the second place goes to Takishu Madina.
Saying brilliant students.
Stay here, please. Thank you. Stay.
Очень легко.
Yeah, and the first place goes to Katerov Nikolai. So many gifts we have to give away.
Okay, and also nominations. So for
Yes, we have 4 nominations for the best engineer skills. This for Madia Aida. This is the sweet for you. And please stay with us, okay? For the best scientific approach, by Mohan Ajol.
we have a great say.
Thank you. Сюда. Then, for the best writing skills, Samanjola Girim. Organization of transport group. So it's a variety of specialties, you see. This is yours, and this is yours. And the last nomination for the best analytical skills. Kandarbayev Sen. Electrical engineering. Okay, thank you very much.
Спасибо
So
вам
have a nice day.
что вы такие активные, что вы, получается, в 2 конкурсах, в 2 мероприятиях так активно приняли участие. Удачи вам дальше.
Okay, so now let's just make the group photo. Take your certificates, please, with the presents.